Hello boys and girls, welcome to the channel. This is the final race weekend of the Formula E season. We have 18 drivers in with a chance of taking the championship title, and boy oh boy, brace yourself. I've got way too much energy, I've got way too much stuff to shout about. I'm going to do both races in this one video, so strap yourself in, turn your volume down a little bit for your own sake, and get ready, because the following is the Formula E Season 7 season finale doubleheader at Berlin, race 1 and 2 in, well, this many minutes. So here we are, lads. The final race of the Formula E Season 7 World Championship. And we're here in Berlin for a doubleheader at the infamous Tempelhof Airport circuit. And boy, oh boy, lads, are we in for a bloody good weekend of racing. With 18 drivers still mathematically having the chance of taking the championship. And 6 teams in contention for the constructors as well. It really is all to play for. And going into race 1, it was the 2 cheaters that locked out the front row, hoping to put themselves right at the top of the tables after their somewhat, up and down season. But as always, the question is, can they do it? Well, let's not waste any more time and find out, shall we? As it's 5 red lights and away we skirt. Everyone gets away well, keeping it fairly clean as we head towards the long left-hander that is turn 1. Except for Rast and Gunter, who have a little donk in the midfield. But it doesn't seem to have caused any major damage to them. Yet the same cannot be said for the Jaguar of Sam Bird, who later in the lap gets yammed by Lotterer, putting an end to his day and, for the most part, to his championship challenge as well. Honestly, lads, I really do feel for Sam. He's had some awful luck in the last few races, especially when you consider he was literally leading the championship before London. But I mean, that's racing, lads. What can you do? Sorry, Sam. I really do feel for you. But maybe next year you can take that W finally. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. However, of course, the race must go on. And with Bird stopped on track, the safety car has come out. I would shout about it, but given the somber tone of the last segment, it feels a bit inappropriate. But don't worry, lads. We'll make up for it a little bit later on. As we go green once more, and the order remains roughly the same, with the cheaters leading the Grassi, whose teammate is on a mad one right now, slicing his way through the field from 12th place to 4th. As meanwhile in front, the Costa takes Vern for first, who seems to be really struggling now, with both Audis and Mortara making their way past the Frenchman as well now. The cheater's perfect day is really falling apart as the Grassi takes Costa for the lead. Just like his black and gold teammate, the Costa is falling down the order, just like Gemma Collins fell off that stage that one time. I know that's not really relevant, but I wanted to bring it up because honestly, it gets me every time. But back to the race anyway. Mortara in the Venturi is currently in 3rd, but he's also really in contention for this championship, and so wastes no time taking 2nd place off the Audi, grabbing some more of those all-important championship points. Also at this point, I should probably mention that championship leader Nick de Vries is basically out of the race. It's not a massive deal though, because he did basically start in last place as well. I'm not really 100% sure about why he's not in the race anymore, but all I do know is he's not scoring any points today, alright? But anyway, back up front, Mitch Evans in his Jaguar, as he often does, has seemingly appeared out of nowhere and is now challenging for 3rd, taking Norman Nato up the inside and securing himself a podium spot. Things we love to see. I'm sorry, lads. I'm biased. I'm a Jaguar fan, all right? I don't think I mentioned it a few times, but they are my best mates. But now, as we start the final lap of this E-Prix, all eyes are on the battle for the leaders. Mortara gets a great run out the final corner, trying to catch de Grassi up to the line, but it's not quite enough. Lucas de Grassi wins the Berlin E-Prix race 1, with Mortara in 2nd and Mitch Evans in 3rd. And now, boys and girls, we have a very, very, very interesting scene going into the race tomorrow. And just like that, it's now day 2 here in Berlin. 14 drivers still technically have a chance of winning the championship, but realistically, there's 4 main contenders: Mitch Evans, Eduardo Mortara, Jake Dennis, and of course, Nick de Vries. Literally like 2 or 3 points separate them all in the standings, and behind them, a couple more points to the rest of the people. So really, it could be anyone's at this point. Yet with Evans qualifying well, lining up in 3rd, and his nearest rival, Jake Dennis, starting in 9th, some would say it's his to lose. But of course, lads, this is Formula E, and if there's one thing we all know about Formula E, is that nothing ever is predictable. So with that being said, let's crown ourselves a champion, shall we? As we have 5 red lights and away we skirt for the final time. Pulsar de Van Dorn shoots away off the line, but Mitch Evans doesn't move. His car's just stopped. He's stationary on the line. And just like that, his championship hopes are over already, as the rest of the grid zoom off around him. Oh my god! Mortara smashed into him. We have a huge crash. The red flag is out. And 2 championship contenders, just like that, are out of the race before they even cross the start-finish line. I cannot believe what I've just seen, lads. I watched this race live at the weekend at a festival, right, and I swear the entire campsite heard me screaming at this point. Poor Mitch Evans. Honestly, I know I'm biased as a bit of a Jaguar fan, but Out of all the races to have a technical fault off the start, it had to be this one. But at least both drivers are okay after that monumental crash. Again, I should probably say I do also feel for Mortarino. Poor lad, he had a good season. He should have at least had the chance to fight out on track for the championship, as should have Mitch. But the championship fight now, though, comes down to 2 people. Jake Dennis, who sits in 8th place off the restart, and Nick de Vries, who's in 12th. If the race ended like this, the two would be level on points, yet de Vries would get the W due to the amount of second places he have being more than the amount Jake Dennis has. But right now, the BMW has the advantage on track. He's in the points. You could argue he has one hand on the championship trophy. Can he do it and become the first ever Formula E world champion in his rookie season? Let's bloody find out, lads, as we go racing once again. Van Dorn leads him away down the home straight, and Dennis is already on the attack, looking to get past Buemi, and he hits the wall. The rears have locked up. Something on that car might have broken. Honestly, I still don't know. But he's fully yeeted himself into the wall and taken himself out of the race and out of the championship battle. What is going on? After what feels like just about 10 seconds of racing action, 3 out of the 4 championship contenders are out of this race. And Nick de Vries, for him to not win this championship now, France or de Grassi has to make their way up from 19th or 13th place respectively onto the podium, and de Vries has to score 0 points. It's just not going to happen, is it? Well, we never know, I guess. It is Formula E. If it's going to happen in any sport, it's going to happen in this one. But what I'm trying to say is, Nick de Vries basically has the championship cup in his hands, and if he fumbles this bag now, then I mean, honestly, I don't know what I'll do. Anyway, despite all this championship drama, let's relax. There's still a race on our hands here, and Venturi driver Norman Nato is currently passing Van Dorn for the lead of it, closely followed by Sims and Rowlands, who get past Van Dorn as well, as the Merc continues to fall down the order, whilst meanwhile his teammate de Vries is working his way up, driving like a man on a mission, just in case de Grassi, you know, drives for the pit lane or something, overtakes everyone, takes the lead of the race, and wins a championship or something like that. You never know, lads. You can never be too careful. As Rowland now takes Sims for 2nd place and the safety car comes out. That's due to the cost of being sat on a wall in a race car, which, for lack of better words, is brown bread after he got lent in by de Grassi. But even still, the safety car doesn't give us a chance to breathe, as when the green flag comes back out again, the action kicks off again. As de Vries goes for 3rd place up the inside of Sims in a very last minute move, allowing Verline to get past in the process, yet tries to make up for it the next corner, which lets more cars by. Honestly, Nick, just calm down. You've got this championship sus, lad. There's no need for this. But on the exit of the corner, Verline is now the filling in a Mercedes sandwich, which closes in on him and somehow doesn't leave any of the drivers with any fatal damage. Honestly, if de Vries was taken out then, my lungs couldn't manage it, my neighbours couldn't manage it, nobody could manage the scenes that would come out of my mouth right now. But anyway, de Vries has now dropped down to 7th and Van Dorn is up to 3rd. Honestly, it's all moving around very quickly at this point. I understand it's hard to follow. I'm running out of energy, just like our race leader Norman Nato, as he comes round the final corner for the final time to win for the first time in Formula E. Rowland comes home in 2nd, Van Dorn in 3rd, but all eyes are on Nick de Vries right now as he comes around the corner in 8th place to win the Formula E World Championship, the first ever World Championship in electric racing, securing Mercedes the Constructors' Championship as well. What a race weekend, what a season, honestly. It's been full of so many ups and downs, twists and turns, shouty bloody moments like this right now. And yet, after all of that unpredictability and chaos and excitement, Mercedes still somehow win both championships. I guess some things in life are just inevitable, aren't they? But yeah, guys, that's it from me today. That's it from me this season, I guess. I hope you have enjoyed this video and or any of my others for this season, going through every race. It's been a journey. If you do want to relive the action from any of the races or just, you know, the season as a whole from start to finish, I've got a playlist on my channel which goes through all of them. Make sure you brace your ears for that. Grab some snacks, you know. It's going to be a traumatic ride for you. But yeah, that's it for me today, lads. I'm going to go have a sit down now. Maybe go rehydrate. I feel like it could be a good idea. Thanks again for watching these videos week in, week out, you know, recapping the races or, you know, reacting to the races. I'm not really sure what they are at this point. But yeah, your love and support in the comment section is what gets me through those long nights of editing myself on a green screen. It takes way too much time. But yeah, I've been Aiden. This has been MrAidenRule. Thank you very much for watching. Until next season, goodbye.